Mic check 1 2 1 2. We're back to live action. We are back with another awesome episode, another feature. Welcome to SidegigCon Live, and I am your host, Ash Cash Exantus. I am a financial educator, author of 8 books, and I help people change their mindset in order to manage their money better. But I am excited to announce the first SidegigCon virtual conference, and that I will be the conference MC. The conference will be held on Friday, July 17th, 2020 through Saturday, July 18th, 2020. It will be 2 full days of action-packed sessions and panelists, networking, collaborating, learning, all of the above. SidegigCon will be an in-person experience accessed online virtually from the comfort of your own home. So where your flip-flops, where your whatever you want to wear, but you're going to access it from your own home, your computer, your laptop, your tablet, your smartphone. SidegigCon virtual conference is for anyone who is ready to make full-time money on their side business, side hustle, side gig. And who better to help us with this than our next guest? I am excited to introduce one of the amazing morning motivational speakers, Ramon Ray from Success Hustle Media. I'm gonna tell you real quick before I let Ramon speak. But I met Ramon back in the day, and he was. This is before. So everybody's talking about funnels. Everybody's talking about mark, all the stuff that people are talking about now. I want to say this is 2020. This had to be almost 7-8 years ago. It was a minute ago.
Yeah.
And you were teaching people like what people are learning now. And in fact, I know a lot of friends who make a lot of money, and I make money too online. I know a lot of friends who are making a killing with their funnels, with their sequences, with their online courses. And you have been the evangelist for that for a long time. So it's an honor to connect with you again. And I just wanted to give that background because I want people to understand like who we got in the building. Like this ain't just like anybody. This is somebody who's been there, done that for years. And so thank you, Ramon, for joining us today and participating in the event. But I'll give you the mic. I would love for you to introduce yourself. Who are you, and introduce your business.
Sure, no problem. Listen, it's good to be here, Ash. Thanks for having me. You and the whole team I know behind you and with you. I'm excited to speak at SidegigCon. I know it's going to be amazing and awesome. And I think that so many people in this day and age, Ash, are have side gigs. So I'm excited to talk about that and see what we're going to do. But in a nutshell about me, I love pancakes, burnt pancakes and bacon every Saturday morning. And it's ironic, the news of the day about a particular syrup that's going to be renamed. That's a whole journey. People who want to know about that, you can check out my Facebook page on that. But listen, I started 4 small companies, sold 2 of them, author of several books. One is called The Celebrity CEO. And really, I'm all about inspiring and educating business owners where your focus, Ash, is on money and finance. And when I hear those words, it makes me sweat a bit. I get nervous because I don't know nothing about it. But for me, it's the marketing side, technology, and of course, leadership and things of that nature. So really, I'm excited to be here. Honored that you and the team asked me to come here and share my story. I'm not going to give all of it today. This is just a little teaser, but I'm excited to be a part of SidegigCon. I know it's going to be awesome. So thanks, Ash, for having me.
Nah, awesome. So give us a little bit, right? Like what will you be sharing at SidegigCon virtual conference, and why is it important that people attend?
Absolutely. Well, you're talking to a person who worked for one of the biggest, probably the biggest nonprofits in the entire world, global organization. You have to come to SidegigCon.com to find out. And I got fired from there or resigned. You'll have to come to the conference to find out which one, by the way. And I'm gonna start from there, really, of how I worked from this big organization, got fired, resigned, and I had to really start and turn my side gig. I had started 1 or 2 companies, Ash, so I wasn't hurting. I was, wasn't doing too bad. But when I got fired, I had to quickly pivot that and turn it from a side gig to a full-time gig. And again, I think, but Ash, you correct me if I'm wrong, we're not there making a judgment whether it's side or full. But I think to help people decide, do you want to work for a full-time 9 to 5 and have a side gig? God bless you, no problem. Or are you seeking a transition to full-time? Either way, that's some of the things we're going to talk about. But you're talking to someone, Ash, who's had a full-time job and had a side gig, and plus had to go to college. I had a child when I was young, had a family to support. So, anybody who wants to come on the SidegigCon conference and like, y'all don't know, you don't know what it's like. I got to do this. No, you don't know what it's like. Stop. Don't even play yourself, because I know what it's like.
And I love what you said about like pivoting, right? Like you being at a position where like abruptly, like the world that you knew were like kind of ripped off, and you had to pivot.
Right.
And for a lot of people, that's what 2020 is, right? 2020 is just that, where we know this world is this way, and then just like in an instant, they have to pivot and things have to turn around. And so what do you feel like the importance of having a side gig? Let's say you do love your 9 to 5 and you're doing well, especially at these times. Like, why is it important for someone to diversify their income by having a side gig?
I think there's 3 types of side gigs. I think one type of side gig is a side gig. It's really a hobby, but you are painfully calling it a business, but it should just be happy. Be a hobby. Every Saturday, go make some lemonade, make some biscuits, do a t-shirt. Great. That's one type of side gig. I think the second type of side gig is that side gig where it's just, and not just in a bad way, to make some extra money. You don't really want to have business full time, and that's okay. But it's to make some extra money, put it aside for your kids' college, put it aside to buy a new car, put it aside to buy a nice shirt like me and Ash have, whatever word. So that's the second reason I think to have it, just for some extra income, possibly for mental stimulation as well. And I think 3 is people who are having a side gig, which is really, and this is my case, a minimal viable product. You're leaving your job in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. So this is while you're making money, while you have a good income stream from the 9 to 5, your side gig you can test. You can test what it's like to get some financing, test what it is to like some run reports, right, on QuickBooks or FreshBooks or whatever it is. You can test, can you sell? So it's where you have your 9 to 5, you're making some good money, your family's okay, your rent or your home is paid, great, you're eating. But the side gig, you can test and then eventually grow and leave your full-time job to do your side gig full-time. So that's how I see it. The 3 kinds of side gigs that people may have. There could be more. I'd love to learn from you, Ash, but that's how I see it.
No, I love that. I absolutely love it. And so I know we don't want to give it all, right? But I would love to get one quick tip from you that you could give to people who have side hustles or side gigs.
Sure. I think I'll give 2 tips I can give is that for those of you who have side gigs already, learn all you can about the art of business. Many people who have side gigs, they treat it like a hobby. They treat it like a side gig, but they're not running it like a business. And it's hard to transition, Ash. January 31st, I have my hobby, my side hustle, and February 1st, it's turning into a full-time business. You should take that time to learn the art of business with your side gig and treat it serious. Invoice customers, put terms there. Have a customer service as best as you can, because you can afford to. That's one tip I'd give. And I think the second tip I would give in saying that is that 1, treat it very serious. And the second thing is that look to, this is where you can focus on your customers, because when you go full-time, Ash, no safety net.
Right.
No, you know what? Didn't work out. I'm getting my check every 2 weeks. Cool. No problem. No. So this is where I think really getting close with your customer base, know them well, so that when hard times come, when that money doesn't come, when you had to go to Ash's office, right, or things he does for the 3rd and 4th time, that you can weather the storm. Because I think that's really what you wanted to use that time. My point being to build a solid foundation. And that's the beauty of having a full-time job. No shame, no problem in it. But while you have it, treat it as a blessing it is, and take that cash, take that money, and let it carry you forward.
Yeah, no, I love that, because I think that's the biggest thing that, especially now, in the social media world, in the internet world, there's this sort of like negativity towards, full-time jobs versus, entrepreneurship, as if like one is a curse and one is a blessing, where, you could literally look at your full-time job as your first investor, towards your side gig. It relieves that pressure, especially as somebody, I know from my personal experience, quitting my full-time job cold turkey, drinking the Kool-Aid and thinking that my full-time job was a curse. And then now I'm struggling trying to make ends meet with this full-time, and the whole jump out the window and build your wings on the way down. sometimes that doesn't work, you know. And so
That's right.
I love that you said that, you know, as far as it being a blessing. All right, perfect. So thank you, Ramon.
You're
We
welcome,
can't
man.
wait to see you and hear your tips at the inaugural SidegigCon
Woo.
virtual conference. He will be live on Friday, July 17th, 2020 on the main stage for the Friday night live party session. That's our time. So thank you so much for watching. Again, SidegigCon virtual conference will be held on July 17th through the 18th, 2020. Make sure you register today at SidegigCon.com. SidegigCon.com.
Register today.
At SidegigCon.com. All right, Ramon, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. I'm excited.
Oh,
You know,
I'm excited.
I know that the people are in for a treat. And so thank you so much for all you do,
You're welcome.
all you've been doing. But I promise you, when they go to SidegigCon.com, I know you're going to have, some treats for them.
And Ash, I just got one question. Where do they go to register again? I didn't hear you the first time.
They got to go to SidegigCon.com. SidegigCon.com.
All right.
All right, my brother. I appreciate you. All right, take care, man.
All right.